Baltimore Orioles baseball in our first televised broadcast of the year sees the O's and the defending National League champion Philadelphia Phillies. Good after Bryson Stott before a 2-2 from Irvin. And a chopper to the second baseman, another new Oriole, Adam Frazier. He throws it to first baseman. Yes, first go, but he has never played there in the major leagues. Pop up from Alec Boehm, and here is Santander, the new first baseman, charging in, and he makes the play, calling off Cole Irvin. And Anthony's having a little bit of fun in their history. That big sweeping curveball is pounded into right field by Hall. A base hit that might not be a base hit in previous years. Another one of those new rule changes to the pitcher. 2 feet in the box, eyes of the pitcher by 8 seconds. A high chopper to third, and the reigning American League Gold Glover Ramon Urias throws Sosa out. Good first inning for Cole Irvin. Mateo Rutschman, Santander are next.
6-9 with a 4.2 ERA in AAA, so he'll get a chance.
Mateo into right field. Simone Muzziotti back near the wall. Will reel it in. And for the first time this spring, we'll get to see on your. If you do it a third time, it's a balk unless you pick off a runner. Rutschman up the middle. There's a base hit. And the reigning most valuable Oriole with a single in his first at-bat. An inside pitch here. Santander can only muster a pop-up to the shortstop, Sosa.
Luck on some balls. He hit a lot of balls right to players.
This is in the air to right field. Muzziotti with another opportunity fighting the sun. That ends the first, and for the second, Mike Elias will join us, Orioles general manager, when we return.
The fact of look what he has to look forward to. Yeah.
Tony, you grew up around this facility here. I mean, you grew up with your dad, and the White Sox used to come in town there in spring trainings and do
out for probably 15 to 20 days in a lot of organizations, but we would just go with him once school got out. I'd go for a month and a half. My brother would go for a month and a half, and we'd travel around all the White Sox affiliates. And at that,
how have the rule changes affected you so far?
You know, I'll start with the signs, the third base coach part. Here's a nice double play.
You may have to be quick. 5-4 and Stott is safe, so we'll get 2 outs.
You know, it's the signs are quick, but I think we have more time than we think. Hyder gets a chance and gets the everyday chance at some point someday. He's probably going to really take off. We haven't seen a ton of him in games here this spring. And it's tough coming off the bench and playing the second half of the game when the infield's rock hard and, you know, everything that comes with that. But what we see on the backfield is a very unique shortstop, very special type shortstop. It's fast.
Derek Hall now. And a ground ball to first, flagged by Santander. Like he's been playing it his whole life. Phillies get the first run. Stowers and McKenna to bat next.
Don those shirts and get a lot of love for them.
Ryan Mountcastle, the batter, against former Oriole Lewis Head, and pops out to Garcia. Sequoia with Philly for a couple of years, Oakland for a couple of years. You traded January 26th.
Each other. You know, guys are staying longer than they have to just to kind of watch us go. And oh, nice knock. But you know, just it's been a lot of fun just kind of getting to know everyone. And I know for myself, it's been really, honestly, I think the sliders made my sinker even a better pitch than it was in the past. And I've thrown fastballs, you know, at the top of the zone, 4-seam primarily, but the sinker's been always a good pitch for me, especially with my changeup, and the slider's really complementing it well with how hard I'm trying to figure out how they like to call a game and how they see my stuff working. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of get to know each other on and off the field. And boom!
Hey, you're
love that.
Come on, every game
I'm
from now on. Austin Hayes with a 3-run home run that just got up into the sky and never came down. Hayes with a blast, his first home run of the spring, and the Orioles take the lead.
Bang. How about that, huh? The old Weaver, the 3-run shot. Austin Hayes got a ball up in the zone.
A baseline somewhere near the end of the dugout where a coach can't stand in front of it, just so when we're holding runners or
through a full season.
Because I'm max effort every few innings. I think for me, I focus on execution. I focus on guys that I watched growing up. That's what those guys were doing, is repeating it every year. And so the fact that I'm able to do 179, 180 innings shows that I can do it. It's in there. Just gotta stay in the game a little bit more.
Hey, thanks. And a good tight slider from Ortiz gets him swinging.
They're not committed to it. He gave up a solo home run. So I don't want to see that happen in the game, but that's where we are now.
Cave in left field couldn't rob Rutschman again. He almost did it for a second time. It's a slicing single here for Adley, who has really struck the ball well. That is 2 for 3.
So Jake Cave's got his
first baseman to Ryan Mountcastle. Ryan O'Hearn smokes one to shortstop. Help is caused by hitting the ball that hard. Unfortunately, it's a double play with Hanley picked off and 5 innings complete. Here on display. First a fly ball from Bohm, and that ball is going to sneak out just in front of the batter's eye and just over the green fence. Alec Bohm has the swing in midseason form, an RBI double and a solo home run. And he's driven in both Phillies runs today as he cuts the lead to 3-2.
Well, he came in hot. He's having a really good spring. Came in 5 for 14, 2 home runs. Now that's his 3rd home run already of spring training. A double to go along with this solo home run. Talk about a big guy, 6'4", 225 pounds. A really good year last year.
In a few games already. That ball's belted by Hall. Bohm and Hall go back-to-back against both here in the 6th. Out toward the Oriole clubhouse in right center field. Hall, a muscular first baseman with a home run to tie the score.
Well, the Phillies put on a power display last year. It was one of their things offensively they did really well. 205 home runs as a club last year. That was the 4th best mark in the National League. And watch this. Ball elevated, breaking ball just kind of sat right in the middle of the plate, and Hall owned time for that for home runs.
Pedro Martinez with another deep fly ball, center field, and tracked down by Hayes right at the wall. It'll be hard for Vogt to crack the rotation out of camp, barring injury to other pitchers. Another one up in the air. Wilson will fly out to Hayes.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be his spot in the bullpen, but he is very valuable because
Scott Kingery serves one in the left field for a base hit. Time today and is recovered from Tommy John surgery. That's a big deal. This is a big fly. Jake Cave out to left center. It's the 3rd home run of the inning for Philadelphia. Up into the wind and away from Bohm, Hall, and now Cave. 3 Phillies have taken Vogt deep in the inning, and it's 5-3.
Well, the wind didn't have anything to do with that one. That one was hit. And watch the location of it. See where it is again. Ball elevated. Didn't want that ball there. That's the one they want. That's about thigh high, where most guys have a good spring. You want the numbers to be there, and I think a lot of guys have good springs and in bad seasons and vice versa. There's a good breaking ball, certainly. But boy, the Phillies 3 home runs, 2-run shot. They have taken the lead.
And Cordero here will send one past the non-existent illegal shift. Take that, shift. It's a base hit for Cordero. Field. It's Colby Mayo. He's a kid who has real power, but a soft ground ball here. And it'll be thrown out at first by Ullman. Cordero goes to second. So the new shift rules this year, swings to get balls through the defense where there is no shift. And a bouncer toward the middle here. Sosa throws out Frazier as Cordero takes 3rd. Still the au naturel sans batting gloves look as he takes a low 3rd strike. Cordero stranded at 3rd. It's
of the Oriole bullpen last year. Boy, did he finish strong. Right at 70 innings of work.
And Johan Rojas, the new Philly, sends one to the gap in right center. Daz Cameron throws it, and Rojas runs all the way to third. He's got a leadoff triple on Baker's first pitch of the inning. To finish the year really strong. But the 3-2. Martinez shoots one through the drawn-in infield. Base hit for Pedro Martinez. Scores Rojas at 6-3. It is now. Up the middle by Machine, and Holiday can't get to this one. Martinez steals second, and Martinez scores from second on the Machine single.
And maybe you see him steal bases. I don't know if that's going to happen because of the fear of injury.
Ortiz looks back at Hanley. The ball is in the glove, and Baker picks former Oriole minor league catcher Cody Roberts. There's the lead at first for Machine. Roberts gulps one in the air toward O'Hearn. Against De La Cruz, ball 4, and the Phillies load him up.
Same thing happened to Tyler Wells yesterday on a couple of breaking balls he left up.
Hao-Yu Lee in for the Phillies, and Lee hits one toward Cowser in center, and Colton's got it. Not too far from a slam. Cowser and the Orioles to bat when we return. Yeah, the Orioles have allowed that to happen. Maverick Hanley on the ground at shortstop. That one's kicked, and Hanley is still thrown out at first. You don't always see this in a rebuild. Sometimes the manager, the GM, comes in and get a couple of years.
I think the upgrades are solid for the Orioles.
O'Hearn yanks one into right field. There is a base hit. Ryan O'Hearn, who lined hard into a double play in the 5th with a solid line drive here in the 8th. Stone character. So Cordero into right field. There's a base hit for Cordero. O'Hearn's going to try to go first to third here, and all those base running drills earlier today pay off for Ryan O'Hearn. Cordero with a hit off the bench.
Well, this is what you're going to see more of. Not just as good as Adley Rutschman was. He was that good of a defender.
Colby Mayo smacks one. That's a base hit for one of the Orioles' young infield stars. Cordero's going to third. This throw is headed to Jupiter, and Mayo picks up an extra base behind it. 21-year-old Mayo, 6'5" third baseman. Slant.
Said, all right, who's got the most pure pop? Like when the ball is barreled up and it is hit the best it can be hit, and they all pointed at this guy right here, Colby Mayo. When it comes off the bat, it is special. There's a lot of swing and miss there right now.
Second and third, one out. And a bouncing ball to third base from Norby will bring in a run. Mayo goes to third. Cordero is home. Norby, an RBI ground out, makes it 7-5. 94 times.
Yeah, and not afraid to hit the ball the other way like that.
As you were saying, Colton Cowser, smash Cowser, way up and out of here to left field for a 2-run blast. And a whole group of young Orioles has tied the score with a 4-run flood in the 8th.
Well, that's what's so exciting about this organization and the young players. You talk about Connor Norby, Colton Cowser, and others that are coming up. Swing right here. Watch the hands. The hands go first. The barrel just drags behind it. But watch this. I mean, goes up and gets an elevated fastball. See how he's choked.
Of their outfield future, along with maybe Heston Kjerstad. Set a great spring. There's Newstrom pounding one through the left side. And the Orioles are all over Billy Sullivan here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, these approaches are so good by these young
teams. And a waiver claim this offseason. Cameron pops it up. First baseman Coffey will give way to the second baseman Lee. Big 8th inning, though, for the O's, and a big swing from Colton Cowser.
Yeah, you're going to see this in the Oriole uniform in the big leagues at some time this year. Colton Cowser can swing it, folks. One swing, we are all new as we head to the top of the 9th inning.
He's been in the system every year under Mike Elias. Slow ground ball right back to Buzz Hardo. Hey, we got
still trying to get you gator hunting, though. Got plenty of gators in the lake.
Yeah. Another off season where I failed to be gator bait. Rojas in the right field. Cameron is there. So you had a beaver trapping problem?
Yeah, well, I had a beaver problem, and the problem with beavers is they
still be up there.
Yeah.
In the right field, and Pedro Martinez continues to prove he should be the most respected Pedro Martinez of baseball. There is another hit for the young, right in line with where they were at this point in the minors last year. It's about 1.7 a game. And the Orioles can walk it off in their televised debut.
7-75.
Jackson Holliday. Holliday up the middle, and that is through. A leadoff base hit for last year's #1 pick. Jackson Holliday is aboard as the winning run. That's his goal this year. Holliday's on the run, and now he can walk. Ball 4 to Rodriguez. Winning run is at second with nobody out. O'Hearn high in the air to center field. Holliday will go back to second. Got a chance to get to third here, maybe even further.
Did he catch that?
I don't know.
No, he didn't catch it. No.
He did not. This game is over. The ultimate anticlimax. Ryan O'Hearn with a 3-run walk-off home run. Rojas sold it. O'Hearn wins it. Up into the wind gusts. A little splash of water from Colton Cowser. And the Orioles walk it off in our first televised game of the season. 10-7 on a Ryan O'Hearn 3-run home run.
How's that for backside base hit? Another left-hander letting the ball travel. Inside-out swing, just gets it up in that wind current and just carries it right on out. Rojas, the center fielder, made an outstanding effort. Watch him go back, field for the wall, and get up. And right there, you can see it tipped off his glove, I believe.